Hello everyone, welcome to PMP with Amar. In today's session, we are going to discuss 10 exam-like challenging PMP questions. So I'll show you a question, please pause the video, come up with the right answer, and then I will be explaining question with answer in detail. If you need any information regarding upcoming PMP courses, class material, notes, questions, or if you want to join our live PMP Zoom class daily, you can drop a text on this number. So let's start. Question number 1. You're managing a project that involves multiple teams working on different components of a complex product. To ensure that each team meets their deadlines, you set clear expectations, provide specific instructions, and regularly monitor progress. You also implement a reward system for achieving targets and a consequence system for failing to meet them. Which leadership style are you exhibiting in this scenario? Okay, so keywords are: 1, you set clear expectations, provide specific instructions, and then you have a reward system for achieving targets and consequence system for failing to meet them. So option 1, transformational leadership style. So transformational is when leader transforms the organization by setting a clear vision. Like this is the current state and this is the desired state. When leader transforms the organization from current to desired state through a clear vision, that is called transformational leadership style or visionary leadership style. So this is not correct. Option B, laissez-faire leadership style. Laissez-faire is more like giving autonomy and freedom to team member, but this is exactly opposite. You're not giving autonomy and freedom. You're setting clear expectation, provide specific instructions, and regularly monitor. So we can eliminate option B. C, servant leadership. Servant leadership is again serving team member, giving them autonomy, freedom, delegation, self-organization. So that is also not correct. Transactional leadership style. So that is correct because here you're having a give and take dynamic. Like team members would be working, and if they meet the expectation, you would be rewarding them. Otherwise, you would be penalizing them. So this is called transactional leadership style. So correct answer is option D. A transactional leadership style focuses on clear structure, rules, and regulations where the leader establishes specific expectations, monitor progress closely, and provide reward or consequences based on performance. Next question. You're leading a project for a large organization that has multiple project teams working on similar initiatives across different regions. Some team members have raised concerns about the lack of knowledge sharing and best practice exchange between teams, leading to duplication of efforts and inconsistent project outcomes. As a project manager, you want to create an environment where team members can share their experiences, learn from each other, and collaborate effectively. What's the best strategy? Develop a centralized project repository for storing all project-related documents. We're not talking about document storage. We're talking about collaboration, exchange of knowledge. So A can't be the right answer. Option B, implement communities of practice to facilitate knowledge sharing and collaborate across teams. Not a bad choice because communities of practice. So people who are having shared experience, right, a shared work, they form communities of practice where they meet and exchange knowledge and ideas with each other. So not a bad choice. Let's park it. Option C, assign senior team members to review the work of other teams and provide guidance. Yes, it is helpful, but how it is helpful for collaboration and exchanging ideas and knowledge? C can't be the right answer. D, conduct mandatory training session for all product team to align them on best practices. Again, it would be helpful, but it doesn't address the problem which is stated in the question, like lack of knowledge sharing and best practice exchange leading to duplication. So as a PM, you want to create an environment where team members can share their experiences, learn from each other, and collaborate effectively. So the best choice is implement communities of practice to facilitate knowledge sharing, because COP are a group of individuals who share a common interest or expertise and come together to exchange knowledge. Next question. You're managing a project that requires outsourcing a critical component to an external vendor. To ensure you get the best value and fair pricing, you have shortlisted several vendors and received their proposals. You notice that there is a significant variance in the proposed cost, making it difficult to evaluate which vendor's pricing is reasonable. What should you do to support the vendor selection process and make an informed decision? So you have multiple vendors and they have proposed different estimates, different prices, And there's a huge variation in those prices, and it's difficult for you to decide which price is the best price, because you don't always go for the lowest price, right? Because maybe if somebody is offering lowest price, they may compromise on quality. So it's difficult for you to determine which price is the right price or optimum price. So what you should do: perform a make or buy analysis to determine if outsourcing is the best option. So we're not talking about like we should outsource or not. We're talking about determining the right price. So A can't be the right answer because you have already established like you're going to outsource. The problem is not about outsourcing, problem is about pricing. Option B, ask each vendor to provide a breakdown for their pricing structure and justify their cost. Not a bad choice. Like you can ask all the vendors to provide you all the details, and then you can come up with the right uh, price for your project. So let's park it. Option C, negotiate with the lowest bidder to further reduce cost and finalize the agreement. No, we're not talking about minimizing the cost. We're not sure what's the right price for you. We don't want to just go with the lowest bidder. We don't want to go with the highest one, right? We want to go with someone that offers the optimum cost, ensuring high quality product or product with the required quality. Option D, conduct an independent cost estimate to establish a benchmark for evaluating vendor proposals. So this is a best practice. So what we do is we develop an independent cost estimate that is internal to us, that is our own independent research. So for example, we go to the market and say, the independent cost estimate says the product that you're looking for, it should not cost more than $100 per unit, right? And now you can compare vendors' pricing, vendor quotes with this price. So you can easily eliminate overestimation and underestimation. So the best choice is conduct an independent cost estimate to establish a benchmark for evaluating vendor proposal. And this will help you shortlist those estimates and find the best estimate or quotation for your project. So correct answer is option D. And ICE is an approximation of the expected cost of a project, and it provides an unbiased benchmark against which vendor proposal can be compared. Next question. A project manager is working on a complex project where many of the key team members possess significant tacit knowledge that is critical to the project success. The project manager wants to ensure that this knowledge is captured and shared across the organization. What's the best way to capture and share tacit knowledge? So the question is about tacit knowledge. Tacit means unspoken. Tacit knowledge is a knowledge which cannot be written, which cannot be codified, like beliefs, experiences, right? Values, feelings. It's difficult to codify them. So that is called tacit knowledge. Option A, using collaboration tools to create a digital library of all processes. Again, tacit knowledge is difficult to codify. So it's difficult to document. So it's not explicit knowledge which can be codified. So A can't be the right choice. B, organizing workshop and informal discussion to facilitate knowledge sharing. Not a bad choice. When you have informal discussion, people share their personal experiences, right? So not a bad choice. Let's mark it. Option C, encouraging employees to create detailed reports about their task. Again, tacit knowledge is difficult to codify. So C can't be the right choice. D, documenting it in a shared repository. So D can't be the right as well because it is difficult to document. So correct choice is organizing workshops and informal discussion where people can meet and they can share their experiences. So correct choice is option B. Tacit knowledge is often difficult to express and document. Organizing workshops, brainstorming sessions, or informal discussion helps facilitate sharing of the tacit knowledge. Next question. During the execution phase of a project, the project manager notices that the team's motivation levels have decreased and productivity is declining. The project manager wants to implement strategies to keep the team motivated and maintain high performance. What should the project manager do to keep the team motivated according to Herzberg's two factors theory? Interesting. Option A, introduce performance-based financial incentives for meeting project milestones. So Herzberg's theory is all about two types of factors: hygiene versus motivators. If you want to motivate people, focus on motivators. And if you want to minimize demotivation, dissatisfaction, focus on hygiene factors. So what are the hygiene factors? Like salary is a hygiene factor, benefits, work conditions, work-life balance. So these are hygiene factors. If you provide these factors, dissatisfaction goes down. It doesn't have any impact on motivation. So introducing financial incentives would not motivate team member according to Herzberg's two factors theory. So A can't be the right choice. B, provide opportunities for team members to develop new skills and grow professionally. Not a bad choice, because one of the motivators is learning and growth opportunities. Like if you really want your team members motivated, focus on learning and development, acknowledge their efforts, appreciate them, show them a career path, assign them exciting tasks, challenging tasks, give them, purposeful work. So these are motivators. So learning and development is one of the motivators. So if we really want our team members to be motivated, we should focus on learning and development. Great choice. Next, create an environment of psychological safety where team members can express their ideas without fear. Not a bad choice, but the motivator is option B. So B is better than C. D, encourage a healthy work-life balance. Again, it's a hygiene factor. B is the correct choice. Provide opportunity for team member to develop new skills and grow professionally. So A, C, and D are hygiene factors. B is the motivator. So correct answer is option B. According to this theory, factors that contribute to job satisfaction include opportunities for growth, achievement, and recognition. Next question. A project manager is assigned to a project that requires collaboration between multiple departments, such as engineering, marketing, and finance. The project sponsor suggests appointing a project coordinator to facilitate communication and ensure alignment across these diverse teams. The project manager needs a coordinator who can understand the overall project context, adapt to various roles as needed, and maintain a big picture view without getting too focused on any single technical aspect. Interesting. Which type of professional should the product manager select as the project coordinator? So option A is specialists who are expert in specific field, generalists who have broad understanding of multiple disciplines, generalizing specialists, professionals with deep expertise in one area and broad knowledge across other fields. D, functional experts. Interesting question. So who are the specialists? They are also called I-shaped individuals who have in-depth knowledge about one of the fields and they don't have any idea about related fields. So we're not looking for those. We're looking for people who would be acting as product coordinator to facilitate communication and ensure alignment across these diverse teams. So A can't be the right choice. B, generalist. Generalists are those who have breadth of skill set, who have diversity in skill set. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for people with diverse expertise who can facilitate coordination with diverse team. So B is the best choice here, generalist. Now C, generalizing specialists. These are also called T-shaped individuals who have breadth of knowledge and depth of knowledge. So yes, I mean, the best people are generalizing specialists, but in the question, it only asks for breadth of skill set, where people would be having broad knowledge. So correct answer is option B, generalist. And functional experts, this is just a made up term. So let's read the explanation. All right, so generalists are well suited for roles that require coordination across multiple departments because they have a broad understanding of various areas. Now, you may be thinking like generalizing specialists are the best. That is right. But as per the statement, the requirement is of generalist. That's why we're choosing option B over C. Next question. During the execution phase of a project, value engineering has led to a proposed redesign of the product. After a series of meetings, the product owner and team reached an agreement on the new design, which was then reviewed and formally approved by key stakeholders. The product manager now needs to determine the next step to move forward with the updated design. What should the product manager do next? Interesting. So you did value engineering, and as a result of that, you proposed a new design, and that design has been formally approved. Now, what next? Option A, incorporate the approved design into the product plan through change control. Not a bad choice, because we follow change control to update all the plans, and then we accordingly follow that. Option B, document the change and communicate it to all project stakeholders. Document the change and communicate it to all stakeholders. Not a bad choice, but A is better than B because in A, it refers to change control. So yes, you're not just documenting, you're following the change control and documentation is part of that. So A is comprehensive as compared to B. C, conduct a proof of concept and to test and validate new design before large-scale implementation. We have already approved the design. It means proof of concept has already been done. So there is no point of doing it again. Send the approval design for implementation as planned. Yes, ultimately we will be implementing, but first we need to get it incorporated in the plan. So correct answer is option A. Follow the change control and update all other relevant documents. This is also called configuration management, right? That is slightly different from change management. Like you update all other relevant documents. So first you will be updating all the documents and then you will be communicating and implementing. So correct answer is option A. Even though the design has been formally approved, the product manager must follow the established change control process to update the product plan. Now, you may be thinking like, since it is already approved, so change control has been followed, but there is no clear indication in the question that change control process has been followed. So that's why we will be doing. Next question. You have joined a new organization that uses a hybrid product management approach. However, there is no established change management procedure in place. What should the PM do to determine the appropriate change management approach? Option A, consult with key stakeholders to understand their expectations. Not a bad choice. Whenever we are going to design anything, whenever we are going to develop anything, the first thing is understanding the needs of the stakeholders. So here stakeholders means the organization, the other functional heads or senior management, how they want to manage the products, right? Or the PMO. So you will be talking to them and understanding their expectation and needs and what's the best way to manage changes. So not a bad choice. Option B, immediately create a detailed change management plan based on the best practices. So you might have read my 12 terminologies. Like if you have those 12 terminologies, then most of the time, those options are incorrect. And one of the terminologies is immediately. Whenever you see this option in the statement, so most of the time that option is incorrect. So we don't just do that directly developing a change management plan without understanding the context. Option C, review organizational process assets to identify any existing change related guidelines. So it's clearly mentioned there is no established change management procedure. So if there is no established change management procedure, there is no point of reviewing OPAs. Select the option D, select the nature of the change control approach based on project needs. That is correct. Since we are working in a hybrid environment, some projects would be agile, some projects would be waterfall. So we will be selecting methodology based on project needs. However, first we need to understand stakeholders' priorities, stakeholders' needs, and their expectations. So we will be talking to them and collaboratively, we will be coming up with the right change management procedure for the organization. So correct option is option A, consult with the key stakeholders to understand their expectations, preferences, and any organizational constraints related to change management. This will help develop a tailored change management approach that aligns with the organization's hybrid methodology. Next question. A project has just been completed, and during the post-project evaluation, the project manager realizes that the forecasted financial benefits are not being achieved because the customer's willingness to pay is lower than expected due to an abundant supply in the market. What should the PM do? So, keywords. It's post-project evaluation, means you're done with the project. So project manager realizes that the forecasted financial benefits are not being achieved because the customer's willingness to pay is lower than expected. So this is a kind of a risk or uncertain situation. Project manager realizes that we are not able to realize the benefits. So what you should be doing? Collaborate with the sales and marketing teams to explore new market segments. That's not the PM's job to explore new segments and opportunities. This is the business development team. So A can't be the right. Discuss the issue with the product sponsor to explore potential strategies and next step. Again, sponsor is for guidance. Sponsor is for to make ultimate decision or to get authority or to get approval. So first we need to do some analysis. Option C, escalate the risk to the business development team for further evaluation. Yeah. So since this is one, it is related to business development. And second, it is uncertain. The project manager realizes that the forecasted financial benefits are not being achieved, right? So this is just a realization. So you would be escalating the risk to the relevant teams so that they come up with the way forward, right? So here the question is about escalation risk response strategy. Option D, submit a change request to revise the project financial forecast. No, that's again, it's the business development team or business analyst who would be doing that in the form of business case. So correct answer is you would be talking to the business development team and sharing your concerns. And if they are valid, they maybe come up with the right strategy. So correct answer is option C, Since the lower than expected financial benefits are business risk rather than a project risk, you would be simply escalating this to the relevant teams. Next question. A stakeholder has informed the project manager that they have not received an important report that was expected as part of the project communication. What should the PM do? Interesting. So a stakeholder has not received an expected report. What you should be doing? Option A, verify the communication plan, confirm if the stakeholder is on the distribution list and send the report immediately. Not a bad choice. If it is expected to be delivered, means it is already determined. It is documented, right? The need is determined. So you just need to check the plan if the stakeholder is on the distribution list. If they are, then just share the report with them. Option B, update the communication management plan to include the stakeholders and ensure they receive future. So it is already determined. Stakeholder is determined, their needs are determined. So no point of doing that again, right? We won't be updating the communication plan again because they're already there, because it is written that that was expected as part of the product communication. So expected means it is already documented, it is already identified. So no need to do that again. Option C, hold a meeting with the team to determine who missed sending the report. That we can do at later stages. First, we need to handle the problem like somebody has not received information, so we need to send the information to them. So yes, you can do that later. Option D, convene a meeting with the stakeholder to understand their requirements and adjust communication process. So it's not about difference in requirements. Requirements are same. They're just looking for the same report. So you need not to change the requirements. So correct answer is option A, verify the plan, confirm if the stakeholder is on the distribution list. If they are, then just share with them. All right, everybody, we're done with today's session. I hope you have learned a lot and these questions would be helpful to you in your exam preparation. Do mention your score in the comment section of YouTube video. That would be really, really helpful and encouraging for me to see all of you making progress in your PMP preparation. Also, our next PMP course starts on October 5th, Saturday. So it would be 4 days long classes like Saturday, Sunday, and then Saturday, Sunday, right? Class starts at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? It would be 8 hours long class. If you want to enroll in the course, you can simply contact on this number, right? You can text, you can call, you can WhatsApp, or you can visit www.indemia.org and you can find a very easy and seamless process for enrollment. All right, everybody, take good care of yourself. I hope you're learning a lot and keep me informed and updated about your preparation journey. I would be very happy to see you all passing PMP exam. Happy learning. Bye.